He's got the athleticism. He's got 21 miles an hour, 215 pounds. You can see this 2,000 yards as a senior. And more impressive than that, 9.1 yards per attempt. So it's a guy, if you're listening to The Official, you heard us talk about Johan Cardenas, probably last freaking summer. It's almost been a year now we've been talking about him. He checks all the boxes. He reminds me, just in terms of situation, a lot like Damian Martinez. I remember watching Damian Martinez as a high school senior. Numbers are very similar. In fact, Cardenas' numbers are even better. Coming out of the state of Texas, 220 pounds, hit 21 miles an hour, going to an open depth chart at Oregon State. And I'm like, what is wrong with Damian Martinez? Why aren't we talking about him? Sure enough, ran for 1,000 yards as a true freshman, was like day one, the dude in camp in spring. I wouldn't be shocked if that's Cardenas. He's got the athleticism. He's got 21 miles an hour, 215 pounds. You can see this 2,000 yards as a senior. And more impressive than that, 9.1 yards per attempt. So it's not like he did it on 500 attempts. He's got decent receiving chops. He can be used. He's got the build to be a 3-down back. He's got the skill set to be a 3-down back. A little old for his class. That does not worry me as nearly as much with running backs as it does with other positions. So I'm fine with it. Came all the way back from ACL tear in 2022. So he looks all the way back and is going to an open depth chart, and it's the SEC. So if he produces, he's going to be on people's radar. There's a strong likelihood of, upward mobility in terms of transfer. I don't know what people are missing, like recruiting services and stuff. Kyle, you can give your thoughts, but he's just one of these guys where I'm just like, I don't know what you don't want, or what is about Cardenas that's not exciting. He's pretty much exciting.
Yeah, the size coming out of high school is awesome. 6 foot 215 is great. Just superbly athletic. Using the C2C athletic comp tool, 97th percentile power, 70th percentile speed, 80th percentile burst. Just checks all the athletic boxes you want to see, has great size, has shown the ability to catch the ball, has 35 catches his senior year. So he's just a guy who can do it all. And I also don't understand what the services are missing with this kid. I think Rivals has him as a 4-star, but everybody else has him as a 3-star. So I think you're getting a steal if you're drafting Cardenas, but I think this is the guy who, like I said earlier when we were talking about it, this is the guy you're not going to get value on, because I think everybody's gonna catch up with us on Cardenas, especially those of us who, watch the Campus to Canton group and stuff, which I think is most of the people who play in the leagues with me and EK. So, I think he's going to be a close to consensus top 10, 12 running back in the Campus to Canton playing league circles. So, but I think he absolutely deserves it too, is the other thing.
Yeah, and I guess the ACL tear in 2022, that was his junior year, I guess. That could hurt things in terms of the services. Maybe they never got back on him. That does happen. He wasn't high to begin with. ACL tear, never really had a big rise. When you watch this guy, though, he does remind me of Damian Martinez. In fact, he might have a little more elusiveness than Martinez ever had. So, yeah, it's pretty easy pick for me on Cardenas.
Was it really bad high school competition? Did that ding him?
Yes and no.
Sure. It's Texas, but some Texas regions aren't that impressive.
It's Texas, but it's not great Texas. But
it's like West Texas, right?
It's Houston.
I think it's
small private.
That's my private school too.
But they did go 12-1. They took care of business, but yeah.
He also missed his opening few games as a senior weren't great, so he didn't get some momentum right away either, and then finished crazy hot. But he was still recovering from ACL. I think he had some other little dings as well, but I think it's also
so impressive to have a 2,000-yard season coming off an ACL.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. I didn't even realize he had 2,000 yards. I was just checking the stats the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, he got up to
200 yards a game.
Yeah, no big deal."
Yeah, gosh, look, I think I like him better than like everyone except like the top 5 or 6 guys for me, honestly, in this class. Me coming to it with fresher eyes than you guys, but
I've got him officially at 7.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I don't even. There's some of the guys in Josh Cavalier did running backs with us, and Kyle's like after like 5 or 6. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I like them, but you know, I think was a lot of the consensus on this. But I can see it with Cardenas here, man.